3 weeks ago, I had a cesarean section. They knocked me out to a very good hospital where they can take care of you properly.
Hey, it's me.
Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? How have you guys been? And how's life going with you? Yes, say hello to the new mom of two. New mom of two. I don't know, somehow I'm so excited to be called mom of two. I have a boy and a girl. For those of you who have not been following me, my name is Uche of the Evolving Woman. On this channel we talk about fashion entrepreneurship, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about motherhood, being a wife, and everything in between. So I recently had a cesarean section. Actually 3 weeks ago I had a cesarean section. I gave birth to my baby girl, and this is my second cesarean section. So today what we are talking about is how to take care of yourself after a cesarean section so that you heal fast. Basically, that is what we are talking about today. Now, I'm going to say I probably heal fast because everybody says that. I think it's normal, but everybody says categorically that I heal fast because I'm moving about, I'm doing things, and they don't expect that of a new mom. Maybe naturally because I don't know how to stay in one place. Like, I am not a sit down and relax kind of girl. I'm always on the move, and so probably my body is tailored to move that way. Though this is a disclaimer, I don't think that I've been doing a lot. I think 3 weeks later, this is my first YouTube video that I'm sitting down to film. I've just been resting. Luckily my mom is around, my husband is very supportive, so I've literally not been doing anything except breastfeed my baby and lounge. And I've really not had the motivation to do anything. I don't want to talk too much. Let's just get right into sorry for the break in transmission. Anyways, let's not talk too much. Let's get right into the video on how to take care of yourself after a cesarean section. So the very first thing is let me talk a little bit about my experience. I have a video where I shared my cesarean section birth story. So if you've not seen that, I'll link it down in the comment section so you can watch that and have a backstory as to how we got here. But what I'm going to say is that I had the anesthetics, or what do they call those stuff that they give them. I had the spinal one, not the general body one. So what that means is I was awake throughout the surgery process, and I had to lay down. After the surgery process, I had to stay on my back without trying to stand up or moving about or moving my head even for about 8 hours, because the nurses say that if you move too early you have this serious headache that not even drugs can take away, because of the injection you got to numb the lower part of my body. Basically that's what it does. So I did stay for 8 hours. So if you're going to have a cesarean section and you're going to choose the option of being awake during your section, please listen to the nurses and stay still for at least 8 hours. So why I even listened very well, or why I didn't argue with the nurses at all, was because the first time I gave birth they knocked me out. Also, my first birth experience will be linked down in this video so you can check it out and understand where we are coming from. Subscribe to this channel, guys. Like, you see that everything we are doing, there's like a backstory, so just subscribe so you don't miss out on all the fun things and educative things that we share here. Anyways, moving on. When I had my first baby in the hospital, there was this girl that had the spinal anesthetics. I don't know if I'm getting this name right, but please bear with me, guys. So she didn't really listen to the nurses, and it can be tiring staying on your back for over 8 hours when you are awake. It's not like you're sleeping. So she was really moving about and stuff. When the headache started, guys, it was not funny. She was literally weeping, and they said there's nothing they can do about it, that you just wait for it to wear out. So when I remember that whole scenario, as the nurses told me that you have to stay still, I respected myself. I stayed still. So that, I think that had to be like the most difficult part for me, of the whole experience for me. Considering that, like I said, I'm not somebody who just stays in one place. I'm not used to it. I don't know how to just relax and chill. Nah, I don't know how to do that. So that was the hardest part. So, what are the major things you need to do to take care of yourself after you have had a cesarean section? One of the very important things to do is to not overwork yourself. That is one thing that delays a lot of your healing processes. I've seen somebody who, it was also during my first birth experience, who had incision points got her incision point got infected. Guys, it's not funny. So please, if anything makes you choose a cesarean section or a cesarean birth, even if it's not like me that chose to go for cesarean section, if it has to be an emergency CS or not, please remember my voice and remember that the most important thing to do is to not overwork yourself. Don't even do anything. Just be eating, carrying your baby, taking care of your baby, and that's all. That is all you have to do. Don't I think that for the first basically like first 2 days, I was not moving about. I was just really on my bed. The only time I would stand up, the first day my catheter was still in, so I didn't even have to stand up to pee or anything like that. The only time I had to stand up was pee, go to the toilet, use the toilet. That was all. I was literally in bed, and it gave me time to kind of like document, write the processes, since I cannot move about and I cannot just stay doing nothing. And I'm not much of a TV person, so all I was doing was pressing my phone. I think I was posting on social media, and then I would journal a bit, like write down how I was feeling, what I was experiencing, and all that, which I already shared in my cesarean section birth experience. Please watch that video. Thank you. Anyways, so don't overwork yourself. That is first of all the major tip. And the second thing, okay, Google actually does suggest that you don't lift anything more than the weight of your baby. Like, your baby is the heaviest thing you should be lifting. So don't lift buckets of water. Don't do any strong woman, independent woman kind of chores. Please, regardless of your situation or where you find yourself, try to remember that you come first right now. You take care of yourself and then take care of your baby. Another thing to take note of is that you have to eat light. Luckily, I'm not much of a heavy eater. I'm not even a food person, so it was easy for me to take my food in bits. But if you are somebody who likes to eat, coupled with the fact that you'll be breastfeeding, it's actually okay and expected that you'll be hungry a lot more. But what I would advise is to eat in bits. Eat a little quantity at a time. The doctors advise that too, and I strongly believe it, because if you eat so much and you feel full, your stomach will be tight, which in turn puts pressure on your incision points. Also, if you eat so much, you have the risk of constipation, stooling, and all of those things are not good for your stomach, considering you just had a surgery. So please eat a little bit at a time. The doctors actually said I could eat anything after, okay, they first of all introduce you to hot water, lifting, pap, before you can eat any other thing. So at the point where I could eat anything, what I was mostly eating was just pap and glucose, and then a little bit of fish pepper soup. That was basically it. Like I said, I'm not a food person, but if you are a food person and you want to eat your swallow, you want to eat your rice, just try to eat them in bits and not eat everything you feel like eating all at once. I gave birth on a Friday. We left the hospital on a Tuesday, and we went back 2 days later, which is on a Thursday. Yeah, so it was about 6 days later that I went back to the hospital. They checked the point and they took out the plasters and cotton wool covering my incision points. And all you have to do after that is basically take care of yourself, take care of your incision point by using spirits and cotton wool to clean. That is all. Like, no extra thing. Before then, they advise that you do not pour water over the incision points. I think the major reason why you shouldn't do that is to avoid to avoid water getting on the cotton wool, on the plaster, which might eventually make it fall out before they want it to go. So when I got to the hospital, they just checked me. The site was okay. Do you have any complaints? No. They just took it out and said you can go. Am I supposed to come back? They said no, never. We are done. I think technology improves over time, because the first time, which was 3 years ago when I had my first cesarean section, after about 2 weeks that they took out the plaster. No, it was after about like a week plus that they took out the plaster, and they had to give me another appointment that I came, and they had to cut out, like, it felt like still that they were taking out though, but the threads that they used to hold the skin together, they had to now cut it off and pull it out. It was a painless experience. But this time around, there's nothing like that. The doctor just used razor blade to cut something on the two edges, and he was like, that's all. I'm like, do I have to come back anytime soon? He said, no, we are done with you for life. And I'm like, oh, nice. So basically all I did when I got home was use methylated spirit and cotton wool to clean over my incision points from time to time. Let me not even lie, I was not even as educated as the first time, because I was not remembering. Like when I remember, maybe I'm far from this and I'll be like, okay, later. But basically this helps you heal and remove dirt from that side, so you don't have any form of infection or stuff. There's something else that really helped me, I think, was I was getting this hot water massage. My mom and my mom-in-law, like whoever was around us at the time I wanted to have a bath, would put hot water, towel in hot water and use it to massage my back. Because one of the places that pregnancy really affected me was my back and my wrists. Like, it was a lot. I was basically always having massages when I was pregnant, because my back was always paining me. So that did help a lot. Like when they would finish using it to massage me, massage my hand, massage my legs, ooh, I feel like I'm in heaven. Basically, that's the feeling I got from it. And see, that's all I did. And this is 3 weeks after delivery, and I'm this strong. I know that the first few days can be a lot intense, because your body is paining you, your incision site is paining you. Those few days always feel like it's so long and I'm tired. But if you can just bear through that period, I think you will be fine. You'll be okay. Like, just take care of yourself. As far as your incision point does not get infected or does not tear open again where they have to restitch it, it's really not such a big deal, especially with technology these days. And please do not go to quacks. Make sure you go to a very good hospital where they can take care of you properly. I think that's another thing that helped me. So basically that's all. If you have any questions concerning cesarean section, and if it's something you're considering or it's something you want to know about, please, you can shoot me a message, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at _evolving_woman. I'll link my Instagram in this caption. I think I'll add it on my bio, so you can easily reach me on Instagram. And that's all. Please subscribe to this channel so that we can grow together and we can learn stuff and share stuff together. I can't wait to show you guys all the motherhood content I've been shooting. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. Mwah.